We have more breaking news from the NHL. We have a trade to discuss. Jake Walman is on his way from Detroit to San Jose. We'll discuss the deal coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have some more trades to discuss in the NHL. We actually have two, both involving the Detroit Red Wings. The first one was really a minor league prospect type of trade, but it actually connects to this trade as well, involving Jake Walman and the San Jose Sharks. So the Detroit Red Wings earlier today, just a couple of hours ago, announced they were making a trade with Nashville involving a couple of 2023 drafted prospects. So here that trade was right defenseman Andrew Gibson being traded, who's, like I said, a 2023 second rounder from Detroit to Nashville in exchange for Jesse Kiskinen, who was a 2023 third round pick of forward from Finland, and a second round pick in 2024, which was originally belonging to the Tampa Bay Lightning, which in this draft we now know is pick number 53. So then that itself was a little bit weird. I was like, okay, they actually had, like, why are they trading a prospect for another prospect and a pick? I don't know that the other prospect is that much better that you have to pay a premium. But anyways, I guess he's a right shot defenseman. Anyway, it's a curious, interesting trade when you don't. It's hard to really say without knowing more about the prospects. But neither one of them were higher picks, not players. I've heard of these guys, and I don't know a ton about them now, so hard to say. So then they take that pick, Detroit does. They take that second round pick, and they package it with Jake Walman, who's got 2 years left on his contract, over $3 million, and trade him to San Jose for future considerations. So essentially, they gave Jake Walman away for nothing to the Sharks and added a sweetener of a second round pick that they picked up earlier from Nashville. Obviously, Yzerman didn't want to be without a second round pick in this draft, so he goes up and picks up another one, flips it with Walman as a sweetener to move off the contract. And, okay, I kind of get it. I know Jake Walman may not be amazing, but he was by far not your worst defenseman on that roster. You still got Jeff Petrie, I think, for another year. You've got Olli Manna for another year. Justin Hall for a couple of years. Why are you doing this with Walman? Now, I know you got Sider coming up on a big extension. There's got to be another move. They're obviously freeing up space for something, but I understand the freeing up space concept, that they might have other things they're working on. They got to sign, like I said, Raymond and Sider to big extensions, so there's that. They'd like to be able to try to keep Patrick Kane if they can, but we don't know if Yzerman wants to give them the term. There's other free agents that maybe they're targeting, but when you look at their blue line and you've got Petrie and Mata and Ben Sherratt, and this is the guy you pay to get rid of, who had 12 goals last year. And he's younger than most of these guys. I don't understand the trade. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like I said, that's why I wonder if there's something more coming, that maybe it'll make more sense later. But of all the defensemen you're going to move to create space, it's Jake Walman and not Justin Hall, who was even like a healthy scratch a lot last year. Maybe they're buying out Hall. Maybe he's going to go too. I know there's also talk that they would like to try to re-sign Shane Gostisbehere, who had a real good season for them. That's going to prove challenging, of course, but if they free up enough space, it'll be easier. So it's probably to help with that as well. But it's just a confusing trade. Like, I would have thought if somebody would have said to me, Detroit's going to trade Jake Walman, I'm like, okay, well, they won't get a huge return, but they'll get something. They'll get, maybe a third or fourth round pick or something along those lines. Like, I don't know. It just seems weird to me. Good defenseman, known for doing a really good gritty after he scores. He seems to be a fun teammate that's well liked too. So, obviously, I seen a post on Twitter from Mo Sider saying, it was like, I can't remember what it is exactly he said, but it was something like, it's been a tough week or tough day or something. So I take it he's not fond of Walman being gone. But anyway, so the Sharks get a nice piece of business done here. They don't give up anything. They get a serviceable defenseman who can definitely be in your top six. In San Jose's case, probably in your top four. Good personality, good attitude, ability to score, can probably play, power play 2 at least, depending on who else is on the roster, maybe power play 1. I know they're moving on from Kalen Addison, who had a chance to run some power plays last year, but didn't work out. So we'll see what happens, but it's a very interesting deal. I did not see the Red Wings getting rid of Walman for starters, and if so, like basically giving him away for nothing when you've got all those other aging veteran defensemen on there. That's not like they're not like how is Walman worse than them? It's bizarre. So something else has got to give, or otherwise I'm going to be looking at Steve Eisenberg going, what are you doing, man? Like, make sense of this for me. So let me know what you think down in the comments. We'll discuss further. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. Lots more action coming. It's going to be a very busy week. Definitely at least one more video coming today, maybe more, so stay tuned. We'll keep you up to date with everything around the entire league. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.